What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles' YouTube channel. Today's Alabama Stage round number 3. And on the right, we have Ahmed playing his Yveltal, Zoroark, Gallade, Drudicon deck. If you don't know, Yveltal, we know what that does. Yveltal, Fright Night, tools don't work. Pitch Black Spear, 60 and 62 at bench EX. Zoroark, 30 plus 10, 30 for each, 10 plus 30 for each Pokemon on the bench. Drudicon with the Revenge. 70 plus 20 if a Pokemon is knocked out the last turn, or 20 plus 70, sorry, if a Pokemon is knocked out last turn, and 2 Gallade. And besides that, pretty much just a regular Yveltal Zoroark deck. He does play Teammates, which is a fairly interesting one Reverse Valley, a Target Whistle as well, which I do like a lot. But if you give me a second, we'll see the player on the right and see what they're playing. Alright, on the right we have Grafton Roll playing his Raichu, Zebstrika, Vespiquen, Yveltal deck. Yep, that's what we're seeing today. But let's go over some of the Pokemon real quick. We know Yveltal, Bumblebee, we know Vespiquen does. Let's look at this Zebstrika really quick. It has the ability Zap Zone. Damage from the attacks of your lightning Pokemon isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, and it has the attack Crashing Bolt. 50 if your opponent's active Pokemon has fighting resistance. This attack does 60 more damage. Alrighty, so 110 to an Yveltal, which can one-shot it, which is pretty good. Yep. So he has the Zebstrika and the Raichu in his deck. I guess if he doesn't have a full bench, he can go for Zebstrika, which is pretty neat. He does play 4 Unknown to help draw through his deck. 1 Revitalizer to get 2 Grass Pokemon out of his discard pile. 5 Dark, 4 DCE, and he is playing Yveltal, so that's why he's playing the Dark Energy. No puzzle times like we saw in Rawl's list, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's going to be pretty crazy. Yveltal versus the Zebstrika, Raichu, Yveltal deck. Not sure what's going to happen. We know that Ahmed does play the Zoroark, so we'll see what happens in the game, but hopefully you enjoyed his deck, and let's see the game right now. Alright, here we go. Alabama State's round number 3. On the left, you see Ahmed and playing his Yveltal, Zoroark, Drudicon deck. And on the right, you have Grafton playing his Vespiquen, Yveltal, everything kind of deck. Raichu, Zebstrika. Okay, but here we go. Coin flip. I'm not sure who won. I do like Ahmed's playmat, the Smashing Pumpkins, and it has like, I guess this is what it's featuring. Shaman, VS Seeker, and the Battle Compressors. I like Smashing Pumpkins a lot. Oh, the Smashing Pumpkaboos! Even better. Okay, that's pretty cool. But we see Ahmed does Mulligan, and let's see what happens. Does he find a Pokemon or not? And let's see, what does he have? Looks like he did find one. And we see Grafton start with a Combi and a Bloodsoul. So Ahmed's going to start off. He does have the Drudicon with the Revenge. We see a Trainer Smell coming down. We're going to grab a VS Seeker, so he might have a Battle Compressor in his hand. And we see a Dark Energy, Battle Compressor, another Battle Compressor, and an Ultra Ball discarding a wait, is he Ultra Ball this way? Not sure. Hold on, we see a double Battle Compressor first, discarding Hex Maniac, a Sycamore, a Gallade, a Zoroark. Alright, wait for it. A Gallade, and what's the other card? And a Lysander, so Lysander, Zoroark, Hex Maniac, Sycamore, double Gallade are being discarded right now. Okay, so those are being discarded. Dark Energy only active. We see a VS Seeker for a Sycamore. Yeah, so VS Seeker for a Sycamore, most likely discarding the Zoroark. And something else. Trainer's Mode, look at the top 4 cards of his deck. Looks like he might grab the Muscle Band. Yeah, he can't grab a Pokemon. So VS Seeker, grabbing the Muscle Band. And let's see, does he find a Pokemon or not? Looks like he's going to put a Shaman down, drawing 1. Yveltal comes down and pass on to Grafton's turn. We see a Battle Compressor Unknown. Battle Compressor discarding Yveltal, a Sycamore, and a Dark Energy. Okie dokie. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. It's going to be interesting for sure. We see a Shaybe coming down, drawn up to 6. Another Unknown comes down. We see he's got a Trainer's Mail, I think. A Feral Letter, Ultra Ball discarding a Zoroark. And something else, I can't tell what the other card is. It's some kind of full art, but I'm not sure which one it is on top of my head. We see a Pikachu coming down. He's going to get a Pikachu. I think Raichu is definitely the best attacker in this matchup right now. Looks like we see another Feral Letter, maybe not. Oh, VS Seeker for an AZ. Okay, so he must discard an AZ, okay. And then VS Seeker pick up the AZ, or you pick up the Shaman with the AZ, put it back down. We see an Ultra Ball discarding a Vespiquen and a Sycamore, I think that's what it is. And just a pass. And on to Ahmed's turn. Let's see what happens. A Dark Energy to the active. We will see probably just a Revenge for the knockout. We'll do 40 damage to knock out this Combi. We see a Shaman setting up for 6. And both players don't really have anything. So Revenge for the knockout. On to Grafton turns, we see a Zebstrika, Raichu, Vespiquen, Sycamore, Unknown. Okay, so pretty good turn too. But did he find a DC or not? Double Battle Press discarding Yveltal, 2 Shamans, Jirachi, Raichu. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those are being discarded. Does he find a DC or not? Feral Letter into the Sycamore, Unknown. Does he find a DC or not? Okay, another Combi comes down. And the pass on Ahmed's turn. We see a Dark Energy going on to Zora. We see a Zoroark coming down. Or is that a DC attachment? I think it was maybe a DCE. Yeah, it was a DCE. We'll see a Mind Jack for the knockout. A Vespiquen coming down. It's not looking good for Grafton. We see a Bumblebee coming down. Super Rod shuffled back in 3 Pokemon. There's a Combi, Vespiquen, and a Dark Energy. I think that's what we saw being shuffled in. We see a Force of Giant Plants and a Vespiquen for a Sycamore. Discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. There's a DCE, and we will see a B-Revenge for the knockout for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think that's how much it was. A Druidgon comes up. We see a Trainer's Mail. He could grab the Muscle Band or the Battle Compressor. It looks like he is going to get the Muscle Band. Now, Revenge will just knock out this Vespiquen. It does have, yeah, it'll just knock it out. All right, we see it, I think an Ultra Ball, maybe? Oh, no, an Yveltal DC Muscle Band, and we see a VS Sticker for the Shaman taking a knockout. Okay, so that was cool. So you brought the Shaman up, took a knockout, dropped an Yveltal with a DC and a Muscle Band. Alright, so he has 2 prize cards left to Grafton's 5, is what it seems like. A VS Sticker comes down. Zoroark discarded the DCE, and Grafton will take a knockout. A Shaybay comes up in the active spot, and let's see what else does Med have. We see a Flowstone, Dark Energy, Yveltal, Reverse Valley? I think it's a Reverse Valley. It has to be a Reverse Valley. Alright, we see a Zoroark come down. We will see a Retreat, and this Ability Wing will do 40 damage. Pretty good Dark Energy on this Yveltal. Try to put some pressure on the board. So 40 damage to the active. Battle Pressure coming down. We'll discard a Muscle, and a Dark Energy. Alright. I guess he doesn't want to draw into those. Pretty much useless, I guess. And we'll see a B-Revenge for the knockout. Alright, on the Med's turn, he's going to promote that Shaman with the Floodstone. He does have a Dark Energy and a DCE. Looks like we're going to see a teammate that's going to get any 2 cards out of his deck. Maybe a Zoroark and a Zora. I'm not sure what he grabbed. I know I saw a Zora for sure. There's a Zoroark. Yeah, that's what I was thinking he was going to grab. And we see a Dark Energy, or maybe a DC. I'm not sure which one we saw. Might be, okay, a Y-Cyclone with the DC. And on a Grafton's turn, a man can take a knockout regardless. He can Mind Jack, take whoever he wants out onto the field. And we might see Grafton just scoop the game. DCE, and we'll see, yeah, just scoop the game. Ahmed, take the game, go to game number 2. Man, that was a pretty crazy turn game. Grafton did miss some crucial DCs in the first turn. And Ahmed did use Druidgon a lot. He took, like, what, 3 prize cards with it? He took a knockout on a Combi Shaman, and then he used Zoroark to knock out a Vespiquen. And then he could knock out whatever he wanted to in the last turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm missing a Pokemon. But there we go. On to game number 2. I imagine Grafton will go first. He does need a turn to set up his Pokemon. And let's see what happens. Hopefully he doesn't miss a DC, so we can see this crazy deck actually work. But man, once again, that playmat looks pretty cool. I do like the Smashing Pumpkins. It does say Smashing Pumpkin Boos, which is pretty funny. But here we go. Both players are setting up one more time. Going to get 7 cards out. And looks like both players did find a Pokemon. Alright, looks like Grafton found 3 Pokemon. A Jirachi, Unknown, and a Combi. We see a DC immediately come down. Battle Press discarding a Judge. Probably a Sycamore. No, double Yveltal. Okay. I guess Yveltal is pretty much not useful in this matchup. Shaybay drawn up to 6 cards. Force of Giant Plants. And VS Sticker for Judge. So with Force, you put down a Vespiquen and a Muscle Band. Going to play VS Sticker for Judge and hopefully disrupt Ahmed, making it where he can't play anything. And he can win the next turn. Alright, so 4 cards. Battle Compressor discarding a Zebstrika. Shaman. And a Blitzel saying, hey, I don't need the Zebstrika in my deck right now. It's pretty much useless. Feral Letter, going to discard the Unknown. Draw to another Unknown. Discard another Unknown. Ultra Ball discarding a Dark and a Lysander. So triple Unknown just happened, which is pretty crazy. Another Shaman comes down as well. Okay. And does he play it down or not? It's the big question. We'll see a pass on Ahmed's turn. We see a Trainer's Mill. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck. Going to grab an Ultra Ball. And maybe he can Ultra Ball grabbing out a Shaman. Maybe getting another Zora, maybe an Yveltal. Looks like we'll see a DC to the active. We'll see a Ultra Ball discarding its teammates and a Dark Energy. Maybe get out a Shaman. Yeah, well, we'll see its Shaman come down. Now, I don't know how much I like this DC attachment to the active. Grafton could use Stardust next turn, or just knock it out with Vespiquen. So he needs to find a Flowstone to retreat the Zora. We see some kind of Pokemon come down. A Battle Person, a Zora comes down. But we see a Battle Person discarding Gallade, Sycamore, and then maybe a Maxie's. So that way it's in the discard pile. Yep, Maxie's being discarded. I don't think we saw Maxie's game 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did not see a Maxie's game 1. And it looks like we're not going to see a Maxie's in this game as well. Unless something crazy happens. He has an Ultra Ball. Zoroark discard the DCE, which I do like that a lot. Okay. It makes it where Grafton has found a DC as well. And we'll see a pass. Okay. And let's see what happens. A Shaman come down, drawn up to 6. A DC attachment. And we will see a Stardust discarding this DC, which I do like that play a lot. We see a VS Seeker for a Judge. Going to put both players at 4 cards. But Grafton's going to use Stardust, pop that DCE, making where Jirachi cannot be hurt the following turn. We see a Battle Person from Grafton, going to discard a Combi, Vespiquen, and a Sycamore. Alrighty. And we see a Revitalizer getting a Combi and a Vespiquen out of the discard pile, and immediately just evolve it because that Force of Giant Plants is out in the field. We see a Stardust discard that DC and onto Ahmed's turn. We see an Ultra Ball discarding a Zoroark and a Megaphone to get another Zoroark, maybe? Is that what that is? That glare is pretty bad, but hopefully we can see in a second when he puts a shadow over it. Oh, wait for it, wait for it. And Yveltal Maxie's going to get the Gallade. I just want to, okay, yeah, it's another Zoroark. Alright, so he's going to set up for 6. Going to get the Reverse Valley. Premonition, gonna rearrange top 5. Oh no, Trainer Smell, sorry. Trainer Smell for the Sycamore. He's already played Maxie's though, so he can't play Sycamore this turn, but he can use it for the following turn. And let's see, it looks like we'll see a Premonition now. No, another Trainer Smell, sorry. Double Trainer Smell, I'm sorry. I just didn't see him drop the Trainer Smell, but gonna get the VS Seeker. Gonna get a Zoroark online, gonna put down an Yveltal, and we'll see a pass on to Grafton's turn. We see a Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Can he find a DC or not to take a knockout? It looks like he did not find one. Oh, man. Let's see. Does he find one or not? You're going to see a Battle Pressor discard 3 cards out of his deck. And looks like he's going to discard a Zoroark, a Muscle Band, and Ultra Ball. Maybe he doesn't have any more Pokemon to discard out of his deck. Okay, we see an Ultra Ball discarding a Dark and a Pikachu. Gonna get the Bumblebee. Maybe he can Rototiller back some DCs into his deck. Yeah, we'll see a Dark Energy Retreat, and we'll see a probably double Rototiller. Gonna shuffle 2. Looks like a VS Seeker and a DC go back into his deck. Alright, we see a Sycamore going to discard his hand, draw 7 new cards, and let's see what Ahmed find. Does he find a DCE or anything? Looks like we'll see a Battle Presser discard a Gallade, Lysander, and a Hex Maniac. Okie dokie. And let's see what else. He does have more Battle Pressers. We see a Dark Energy going to the Gallade. Never mind. No, it's not. Ultra Ball discarding a Battle Presser or something else. We're going to get a Druddigon to you know, kind of put fear in his eyes of a revenge. Dark Energy to Gallade. And we might see a Premonition going to reach top 5 cards of his deck. Looks like he put a VS Seeker on top, which I do like a lot. And I'll probably just see a pass to Zoroark in the active spot. No to Graf's turn. Let's see what happens. Can he finally find a DC or not? We'll see a VS Seeker for an AZ. Pick up that Shaman. And we will see a double Burrow, a Rototiller. Nope, Shaman drawn up to 6. And we'll see a Rototiller. A Burrow. Okay, Burrow and maybe a Rototiller. I'm not sure what he shuffled in, but he definitely shuffled in something because he's shuffling his discard pile. And he used a Burrow, a Burrow to discard the top card of his deck because he knew Ahmed knew what it was. That was pretty funny. Dark Energy going down to the Yveltal, and we'll see a pass on to Grafton's turn. That was a pretty funny play to use the Burrow. And we see double Rototiller putting the VS Seeker and the Force of Giant Plants back into the deck. We see a Terrain as well, putting the Flowstone, and we'll see a Retreat. And alright. Looks like we'll see a Premonition. Okay. And let's see. It looks like he's not going to get anything. And let's see what else is going to happen. We'll see a Blue Wing for 40 and putting the Dark Energy on the Gallade. We'll see double Burrow discarding a Super Rod and a VS Seeker. Alrighty. We might see another Blue Wing to knock out this Bumblebee. And probably powering up somebody else. I'm not sure who. Maybe there's no Dark Energy in the discard pile. And he's going to see how many cards are left in his deck. Maybe Grafton's going to go for the deck out. There's a Bumblebee and a Dark Energy. Oh, man. Another Dark Energy being shuffled as well. Can Grafton deck out Ahmed? That would be pretty crazy. We've seen Ultra Ball discarding a Combi and something else. We see a Bumblebee coming down. And will we see another double Burrow? We see a VS Seeker. I'm not sure for what. Looks like maybe a Floatstone, and maybe a Zoroark discarding that Floatstone. Yeah, that's what it was. And a double Burrow. Oh, man. We see a man look at the top 4 cards of his deck. We see a DC attachment, and we will see a Mind Jack for the knockout. Alright, so maybe the Burrow play is not going to work. Alright, we'll see a Vespiquen, Dark Energy, Judge. And does Ahmed deck out now? Does he have 4 cards left in his deck? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so he's still good to go. Retreat, and we'll see a Be Revenge for the knockout. On to Ahmed's turn to go promote that Gallade. Can he take a knockout this turn or not? We see a Zoroark coming down. Let's see what else does he have. He's going to see how many cards are left in his deck. Looks like there's plenty. We see a Vespiquen going out to the Zoroark. We see a Sycamore going to discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, and he's going to take a knockout this turn. He does have the Druidigon as well, which is great. We see a DC attachment, I think. Yeah, DC attachment. Going to send to the Zoroark and take a knockout. Going down to 2. On Grafton's turn, let's see what happens. We'll see a Super Rush shuffle back in the Bumblebee and 2 unknowns. Oh man, can Grafton win this turn? Is there 2 cards left in Ahmed's deck? We see a Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. And does he find it? And a Bumblebee and a Dark Energy. He will double Burrow to deck out Ahmed. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Oh man, oh buddy. Oh man, that was a pretty crazy game. But on to game number 3, if Ahmed would have used a Vespiquen for something else besides a Sycamore, he might have been okay. He could have took a knockout and then maybe have won the game the following turn. But on to game number 3, wow, that was pretty crazy. I did not think that was going to happen. Oh man, that was a pretty good game. Number 2, looks like a Burrow did end up winning this game. But in game number 3, let's see what happens. What's going to happen? Who's going to take this one home? And which one do you want to see? Do you want to see Yveltal or the Vespiquen? Vespiquen, Raichu, Zebstrika thing win? I don't know. I mean, Grafton hasn't really attacked. I mean, he did use Be Revenge somewhat, but he kind of just decked his opponent out. Game number 2. But in game number 3, let's see what happens. Both players are going to set up. Going to get 7 cards in their hand. And we see a mulligan from Ahmed. Alright. And Grafton can put out 6 cards. And let's see what happens in game number 2. Oh man, this is pretty crazy. It looks like Grafton said, "Hi mom." Hi mom. But let's try out one more time. Does he find a Pokemon? He does find a Zora. And I imagine Ahmed will go first. Alright. And can he get the Terminal Gallade? It does not look like it. Looks like we'll see a Dark Energy active. Sycamore going to discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. And does he find any more Pokemon? He does have a Shaman in his hand, but I don't know if he puts it down immediately. Looks like he will put down something. I'm not sure what that was, though. Shaman, but he couldn't draw into anything. You can't just put a Zora in the active spot and just pass, because we know Grafton does play... You know, he does play the Force of Giant Plants, so he could get out the Vespiquen turn number 1. We see another Combi come down. Shaman setting up for 5. A Pharaoh Letter discarding card. A Pharaoh Letter discarding. A Dark Energy Combi. And we'll see a Blue Wing for 30. And put a Dark Energy on that Combi. And on the Med's turn, let's see what happens. We'll see a DC to the active. And he does not have anything. He has a VS Seeker. He can play Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. But can he find a Zoroark is the big question. Take a knockout this turn. He has an Yveltal, but does not look like he has an Ultra Ball. We see a Yveltal, a Zora. I think it's a Zora. Battle Compressor. I'm trying to see what cards he put down. Looks like an Yveltal, and I'm going to guess a Zora. Kind of hard to tell. But we see Battle Compressor just discarding a Megaphone, maybe? It looks like he's always going to discard as a Megaphone. Okay. Okay, look, that's 2 Yveltals. And, we'll see a knock. Oh, he confused it. Okay. Moonless Madness. A DC to the Vespiquen. And will he attack this turn? We'll see an Ultra Ball discarding Yveltal and a Sycamore. And maybe get another Combi out. Nope, a Shebe going to set up, draw more cards. He's probably looking for an AZ to pick up this Yveltal. Unless he does he find or not, a Combi comes down. And does he find an AZ? Maybe not. It does not seem like it. And we're going to see a Confusion and Head. So he does knock out the Zora. And on the Med's turn, we see a Dark Energy to the active. A Muscle Band to the active as well. We'll see a Blue Wing for 50. We'll see a DCE. And he can't retreat and Be Revenge turn. Okay. And let's see what else does Grafton have. A Muscle Band, Retreat. And we'll see a Be Revenge. Does that knock it out or not? It does not seem like it does. It looks like it's doing 60 and 80 damage total. Alright, on the Med's turn, does he find a supporter card or not? All he did last time was just a Blue Wing, but he did find a Sycamore. Going to discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Attached to Dark Energy, see that Yveltal. We see another Yveltal with Fright Night comes down. Another Pokemon comes down as well. Looks like a Zora from what I can tell right now. A Floatstone comes down to the field. He could maybe Flowstone that Zora. To give it free retreat later on. If that is a Zora, I can't tell what that is with that glare. But we see another Buildwing for 30 or 50, sorry, and we see a Dark Energy Detachment, Be Revenge. Gonna put Grafton down to 3 cards. We see a Fright Knight come up, and we see a Flowstone go down to Zora, I imagine, and a Vespiquen. Looks like we'll see a Teammates maybe. I can't tell what just happened. Oh no, he Ultra Ball for a Zoroark and then used Maxis to get out the Gallade. There we go. So Ultra Ball get the Zoroark and then Maxis to get out the Gallade. Sorry, I couldn't tell for a second. But let's see. We're gonna see a retreat and a premonition reach at top 5 cards of his deck. Does he have Flowstone to the active? It looks like I'm trying to figure out how he switched. I'm not sure, but we see a knockout. Okay. Another Grafton, maybe he didn't retreat. Maybe I'm just seeing things. But we see maybe a Buildwing for the knockout. On a Grafton's turn, let's see what happens. He's looking to see how many Pokemon does this Scarpel. Can he take a knockout this turn? Zoroark discard that Flowstone off the Zoroark. And we'll see a retreat and a Sky Return for 30. He's going to put that fresh Vespiquen with no energies. So that way if he does take a knockout, he does not knock out his Vespiquen with the energies, which is pretty good. And on the Med's turn, let's see what happens. It is 4-4 on price cards, I think. We see a Trainer's Mail grabbing the Vespiquen. And if he can find a Lysander and a DCE 3, 6, 9, 12, he can take a knockout on this Shebe. And let's see, does he have it or not? There's a DC onto that guy. We'll see a Vespiquen. Looks like the Lysander will come down. We'll send him that Zoroark, and he will take a knockout with Mind Jack. Alright, so we'll go down to, what, 5 price cards? I can't tell. But we'll see a Premonition, going to rearrange top 5 cards of his deck. Sorry, that was hard to say for some reason. But we'll see a Mind Jack. He'll go down to 2, maybe 3 price cards. We see a Forest of Giant Plants come down. We see a Raichu come online as well. And we'll see a Be Revenge to knock out the Zoroark. Alright, let's see what else does Grafton have. We'll see a Be Revenge for the knockout. And let's see what a Meds does. He's going to promote the Yveltal with the Dark Energy. Okay. We see a Super Rod. I'm pretty sure that's what we're seeing. Just shuffling back to Zoroark. Zora and a Zoroark. Okay. Then we'll see an Ultra Ball discarding an Yveltal EX, maybe? It's something else to get a Zoroark. Alright. I think, yeah, that's an Yveltal EX and something else. I can't see what the other card is. A DC today active. We'll see a Premonition rearrange top 5 cards of his deck. And does he have anything good or not in there? And let's see what else is going to happen. We'll see a stand-in. We'll see a knockout. On a Grafton's turn, let's see what he decides to do. It is 3-2 on price cards. We'll see a Raichu, DC, Zebstrika, Shaman drawn up to 6. We see an AZ pick up the Shaman back up saying, hey, you're not taking a knockout on my Shebe. He is too precious. You're not going to win the game. We see Battle Presser discarding 3 cards out of his deck. And let's see what else happens. Wow, that was pretty cool. He puts down the Shaman, then AZ back up saying, hey, you're not winning next turn. I'm going to protect my baby. Alright. We'll see a Jirachi come down, and we'll see a Circle for the knockout. And on the Mets turn, oh man, he might have to waste a turn of Sky Returning, so that way Grafton can't win all of a sudden. If Grafton has a DC and a Lysander, he can just win next turn, knock out the Shane. Well, he will have to, well, he has the Vespiquen Alliance, so he can just knock it out of the Vespiquen. Alright, and let's see what happens. Oh, buddy. Oh, man. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. We see a Dark Energy active. We see, looks like a Darkness Blade tells, so he can't attack next turn. We'll see a Vespiquen come up, and let's see what happens. Can Grafton find a DCE Lysander? There's a Zebstrika coming on down. And, oh man, let's see. So the reason why he has the coin on it is because right now that Yveltal cannot attack. When you use Darkness Blade, you flip a coin. If tells, this Pokemon cannot attack the next turn. Looks like Grafton is debating to put down that Shaman. But the Shaman might be able to pay off if he can find a DC and a Lysander. He could win this game by using Be Revenge. But I'm not sure how many DCs are in the discard pile. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Who's going to take this game? And it is pretty crazy right now. It's pretty intense. We'll see maybe a Shaman. Yep, Shaman drawn up to 6. Okay. And does he find the Vespiquen and the DCE? Oh man, does not seem like he has it. Oh man, this is a pretty crazy game. It looks like we'll see a Battle Presser. Gonna look through his deck to see what's all in there. Oh man. Let's see, he's gonna discard a Battle Presser, Combi, and something else. All the man needs to do next turn is find a attacker. I think that Gallade is ready to go though already. Oh man. Then he'll just have to find an energy, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's see, what does Grafton decide to do? Can he do anything or not? That's the big question. He is debating on it. And let's see, what's that one card in his hand he's debating? A Dark Energy to the Pikachu. He might go for a Nuzzle to try to paralyze this Yveltal. Oh, man. I see a Super Rod. Gonna shuffle back in 3 cards from his discard pile. It looks like some kind of lightning Pokemon. A Dark Energy. Imagine a Raichu. Dark Energy and a Unknown. Yep, that was an Unknown being discarded. Alright, let's see. Does Grafton any hit flip heads on this Nuzzle or not? That's what it's going to come down to. I'm like 99% sure. Gonna retreat to the Pikachu and Nuzzle heads. And wait. Hold on. Wait, what just happened? Was that a... Okay, yeah, he did flip the heads. There's a VS Seeker. Okay, Trainer's Mode for VS Seeker. Okay. And does he have an AZ in the... Oh, man, hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Alright, so, hold on. So, Premonition. Okay. Gonna look at top 5. And was he a VS Seeker for maybe... I'm not sure what's happening right now. For a Lysander, bring up the Shaman. Okay. Alright. And we'll see a pass. Alright, on to Graf's turn. Let's see what happens. So you VS Seeker for Lysander, bring up that Shaman, and kind of stall it, saying, hey, you're going to have to find a way to treat the Shaman and find an energy and a Lysander. Like, that is almost impossible for Grafton to do. So that's what we saw right there. That Yveltal is not paralyzed anymore. So it is good to go to attack the next turn. It should be switched around, but that's okay. Let's see what Grafton does. Can he find a way to retreat the Shaman and then go for another Nuzzle? That's what we might have to see as another Nuzzle happen. Does Grafton feel lucky or not? And he was lucky the first time with that Nuzzle. We'll see a Dark Energy retreat, and we'll see another Nuzzle and a Heads one more time. Paralyzing that. Oh my goodness. Paralyzing that Yveltal. And we'll see. Is that a tie? I'm not sure if that was a tie or not. Maybe it was a tie. It doesn't seem like... either... Yeah, I think that must be a tie. I can't see why... Yeah, Ahmed wouldn't have to scoop like that, so it might be a tie. I'm not sure who won this game. Hold on, maybe we'll see the match slip. Just give me a second. Let's see if we can see if they circle a tie or not. Wait for it. Let's see if they find a pin. Is it a tie or not? And it looks like it might be a tie. Hold on. Wait for it. Hopefully we can tell in a second. Does Ahmed circle a thing as well? If he circles one as well, then it's definitely a tie for both players. Let's see what does Ahmed do. I don't think he's signed it yet. Wait for it. Let's see if we can find out is it a tie or not. Hopefully the video does not cut out. Oh man, those Nuzzle flips are pretty crazy. Alright, let's see. I can't tell. I can't tell. Maybe Grafton won it. I'm not sure, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. I guess Grafton won. I'm not sure. It looked like he walked away with the match slip, so I'm going to say Grafton did win. I couldn't tell, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I guess Ahmed didn't have a way to Lysander somebody up, and he knew he lost because he could retreat, and Grafton could retreat and took a knockout that turn. I guess. I'm not sure. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty. Bye. Alright guys, just to clear everything up, I did talk to Ahmed, and he said that he knew that Grafton had the win, so that's why he kind of just, conceded right there. He knew he had the win the next turn, and so Grafton did end up winning this game. I did figure out for sure. I'm sorry that I was kind of going over for that, trying to figure out if it was a tie or a win. But yeah, Grafton did take it. Very close game once again. It's a very great game to see. The Nuzzle flips, that's what it came down to, which is very great. But hopefully you enjoyed this video one more time. Hope you have a great day. Alrighty.